Antony and Cleopatra, Act 5, Scene 2, the final act. Cleopatra prepares for death. She invites into her chambers a trusted countryman who arrives with a basket of figs in which he has concealed several poisonous asps, several snakes, right? As Cleopatra bids farewell to her ladies, Iris and Charmian, Iris suddenly falls dead at her feet. Worried that her attendant will meet Antony in death before she does, Cleopatra quickly clutches an asp to her breast. She applies another to her arm and soon dies from their bites. As one of Caesar's guards enters, Charmian announces that the escort was too slow to stop an act so fitting of a noble queen. Charmian applies the last asp to herself and dies. Caesar, upon learning of Cleopatra's valiant death, pays tribute to her courage and noble end. He orders her burial next to Antony in honorable graves, accompanied with great ceremony. So that is what goes down here, while Proculius is delivering Caesar's message of comfort. And here's another little synopsis. While Proculius is delivering Caesar's message of comfort to Cleopatra, other of Caesar's soldiers surprise and capture her. Dolabella enters and admits to her that Caesar means to lead her in triumph. Caesar's going to parade her around, right? And that's too much for Cleopatra. All right, because Cleopatra's proud. Caesar enters and Cleopatra gives him a record of her possessions. Her treasurer says that she has reported only a fraction of her worth. Caesar assures her of his goodwill and leaves. A countryman enters bringing asps and a basket of figs. Cleopatra dresses in her finest regalia and applies asps to her breast and arm. Iris falls dead and Cleopatra dies. As the guards enter, Charmian applies an asp to herself and dies. Caesar promises to bury Cleopatra next to Antony. Cleopatra. My desolation, I like that. My desolation does begin to make a better life. 'Tis paltry to be Caesar. Not being fortune, he's but fortune's knave. That's a great, and we see in this final scene too, Cleopatra's feelings of Octavius, right? I mean, Octavius won, he has the power, but he didn't win in love, right? He's not fortune, he's fortune's knave, he's fortune's pawn, a minister of her will. Octavius Caesar is a minister of fortune's will. And it is great to do that thing that ends all other deeds, which shackles accidents and bolts up change, which sleeps and never palliates more than dung, the beggar's nurse and Caesar's. Enter Proculius here. Caesar sends greetings to the queen of Egypt and bids thee study on what fair demands thou meanest to have him grant thee. What's thy name? Proculius. My name is Proculius. So, and this is, remember, Antony told Cleopatra that she can trust him. Antony did tell me of you, bade me trust you, but I do not greatly care to be deceived. Don't lie to me, right? Don't lie. That have no use for trusting. If your master would have a queen as his beggar, you must tell him that majesty to keep decorum. Must no less beg than a kingdom. If he please to give me conquered Egypt for my son, he gives me so much of mine own as I will kneel to him with thanks. Cleopatra won't cease concessions. We know Caesar, Octavius, is not gonna relent. Be of good cheer. You are fallen into a princely hand. You can trust me. Fear nothing. Make your full reference freely to my lord, who is so full of grace that it flows over on all that need. Let me report to him your sweet dependency, and you shall find a conqueror that will pray and aid for kindness, where he for grace is kneeled to. Pray you tell him I am his fortune's vassal, and send him the greatness he has got. I hourly learn a doctrine of obedience when I gladly look him in the face. This I'll report, dear lady. Have comfort. For I know your plight is pitied of him that caused it. Enter God, and here come the soldiers that they seize Cleopatra. You see how easily she may be surprised. Guard her till Caesar come. Royal queen. They grab Cleopatra, the guards, and they're going to take Cleopatra and parade her around. Royal queen, O Cleopatra, thou art taken, queen. Quick, good hand, she draws the knife. Hold, worthy lady, hold. Do not yourself such wrong who are in this relieved but not betrayed. Proculius takes the knife. Cleopatra's going to stab herself, right? What of death, too, that rids our dogs of languish? Cleopatra, do not abuse my master's bounty by the undoing of yourself. Don't kill yourself. Let the world see his nobleness well acted, which your death will never let come forth. Where art thou, death? Come hither. Come, come, and take a queen worth of many babes and beggars. She's ready, right? O temperance lady. Sir, and here's Cleopatra's resigned, right? I will eat no meat. I'll not drink, sir. If idle talk will once be necessary, I'll not sleep neither. This mortal house I'll ruin, do Caesar what he can. Know, sir, that I will not wait pinioned with clipped wings at your master's court, nor once be chastised with the sober eye of dull Octavia. I'm not going to be paraded around. Listen to me. I'm not going to be, shall they hoist me up and show me to the shouting varletry, the mob of centering Rome, rather a ditch in Egypt. He kind of echoes Barbus there, right? Be gentle, grave unto me. Rather on Nilus mud lay me stark naked and let the water flies blow me into abhorring. Rather make my country's high pyramids my gibbet and hang up in chains. I'm not going to be paraded around. I'm not going to be making a fool of. So she's proud even at these moments. This is she's defiant, right? Proculius, you do extend these thoughts of horror further than you shall find cause in Caesar. Trust Caesar is what he's saying. Enter Dolabella. Proculius, what thou hast done thy master Caesar knows, and he has sent for thee. For the queen I'll take her to my guard. So Dolabella it shall be contented best, be gentle to her. To Caesar I will speak what you shall please, if you'll employ me to him. Say I would die. I'd rather die than agree to anything. Most noble Entrus, you have heard of me, I cannot tell. Assuredly you know me. No matter, sir, what I have heard or known. You laugh when boys roam and tell their dreams. It's not your trick. I understand not, madam. I dreamt there was an Emperor Antony. Oh, such another sleep that I might see but such another man. Right? She's dreaming. I dreamt there was an Emperor Antony. If it might please you, his face was as the heavens, and therein stuck a sun and moon, thinking of Antony here, which kept their course and lighted the little, the earth. Most sovereign creature. Here's Cleopatra thinking back upon Antony, and here's kind of we can remember that earlier picture Barbus describing Cleopatra. Here's Cleopatra describing her Antony. His legs bestrid the ocean, his reared arm crested the world, his voice was property as all the tuned spheres, and that to friends, but when he meant to quail and shake the orb, he was as rattling thunder. Antony was rattling thunder. For his bounty there was no winter in it, and autumn 'twas that grew the more by reaping. His delights were dolphin-like, they showed his back above the element they lived in. In his livery walked crowns and crownets, realms and islands, where all his plates dropped from his pocket. Kings and princes. Antony had the whole world on a string. He had the world at his fingertips. He was greatness incarnate. Cleopatra. Think you there was or might be such a man as this I dreamt of? Gentle madam, no. You lie, up to the hearing of the gods. But if there be, nor ever were one such, it's past the size of dreaming. Nature wants stuff to vie strange forms with fancy. Yet to imagine Antony were nature's piece against fancy, condemning shadows quite. We have the shadows there. I'm thinking of Antony's Black Vespers pageants speech. Antony were nature's piece against fancy. Hear me, good madam, your loss is as yourself, great, and you bear it, as answering to the weight. Would I might never overtake pursued success, but I do feel by the rebound of years a grief that smites my very heart at root. I thank you, sir, but know what Caesar means to do with me? I am loath. So Dolabella, right? Dolabella is going to tell Cleopatra the truth here of what's going to happen. I am loath to tell you what I would you knew. Nay, pray you, sir, though he be honorable, he'll lead me then in triumph. That means he'll parade me around. Madam, he will. I know it. And here comes Caesar. All make way for Caesar. Which is the queen of Egypt? See, it is the emperor, madam. Cleopatra kneels before Caesar. Arise, you should not kneel. I pray you, rise, Egypt. Here's Octavius talking to Cleopatra. Sir, the gods will have it thus. My master, my lord, I must obey. Take to you no hard thoughts, the record of what injuries you did us. Though written in our flesh, we shall remember all things but done by chance. Here's chance again, right? So Cleopatra, Caesar's going to promise one thing to Cleopatra, and Cleopatra's, we get her dissembling and entreating, and she wants some, but she knows from Dolabella the true nature of what Octavius is going to do. Sole sir of the world, I cannot project mine own cause so well to make it clear, but do confess I have been laden with like frailties which before have often shamed our sex. She's apologizing. I think it's a little put on though too, right? It's like it's not. I don't think it's sincere because she's Cleopatra, Caesar, and also she knows what Octavius will do. Cleopatra, no, we will extenuate rather than enforce. If you apply yourself to our intents, which towards you are most gentle, you shall find a benefit in this change. But if you seek to lay on me a cruelty by taking Antony's course, it means if you kill yourself, you shall bereave yourself of my good purposes, and put your children to that destruction, which I'll guard them from if therein you reply, I'll take my leave. Don't hurt yourself, because Octavius wants to parade Cleopatra around, right? And may through all the world 'tis yours, and we, your scutcheons, here are more armor bearings, capital shields, and your signs of conquest shall hang in what place you please. Here, my lord. She hands him a paper. You shall advise me in all for Cleopatra. This is the brief of money, plate, and jewels I am possessed of. 'Tis exactly valued, not petty things omitted. Where's Seleucus? Here, madam, this is my treasure. Let him speak, my lord, upon his peril, and I have reserved to myself nothing. Speak the truth, Seleucus. Madam, I'd rather seal my lips in the peril speak. So this is a comic. Again, back to the overarching tragic comedy. Cleopatra, she underreports her treasure, her jewels. She's trying to she's kind of screw Octavius over here. And Seleucus, madam, I'd rather seal my lips than the peril speak that which is not. What have I kept back? Enough to purchase what you have made known, right? So Seleucus tells on, he snitches on her. You haven't reported everything truly here. And Caesar, nay, blush not, Cleopatra. I approve your wisdom in a deed. I don't care. See, Caesar, oh, behold how pomp is followed. My followers will now be yours, and should we shift estates, yours would be mine. The ingratitude of this Seleucus does even make me wild. O slave of no more trust than love's that's hired, what goest thou back? Thou shalt go back, I warrant thee, but I'll catch thine eyes. Thou, they had wings, slave, soulless villain dog, oh rarely base. She's cursing Seleucus here for ratting her out. Good queen, let us entreat you. O Caesar, what a wounding shame is this, that thou vouchsafing here to visit me, doing the honor of thy lordliness to one so meek that mine own servant should parcel the sum of my disgraces by addition to his envy. Say, good Caesar, that I have some lady trifles have reserved, in moment toys, things such as dignity, as we great modern friends withal, and say some nobler token I have kept apart for Livia and Octavia. I was keeping these jewels on the side for Livia and Octavia. To induce their mediation, must I be enfolded with one that I have bred? The gods. So I wasn't purposely keeping these away. So this is a funny moment here. The gods, it smites me beneath the fall I have, and prithee go hence, or shall I show the cinders of my spirits, thou the ashes of my chance. There's chance again. Wert thou a man, thou wouldst have mercy on me. If you forbear, Seleucus. Be it known that we the greatest are misthought for things that others do, and when we fall we answer others' merits in our name, and therefore to be pitied. Caesar to Cleopatra, not what you have reserved nor would acknowledge, put with the roll of conquest, still be yours. I don't bestow it at your pleasure, and believe Caesar's no merchant to make prize with you of things that merchants sold. Therefore be cheered, make not your thoughts your prisons. No, dear queen, for we intend so to dispose you as yourself shall give us counsel. Feed and sleep. Our care and pity is so much upon you that we remain your friend, and so adieu. Caesar, we'll take. Cleopatra sees through all this, though, right? My master and my lord, not so. Adieu. He words me. He words me, girls. He words me. Right? He's talking. He's talking shit, right? That I should not be noble to myself. Cleopatra sees through all these words. But hark thee, Charmian, she whispers to Charmian here, right? Finish, good lady, the bright day is done, and we are for the dark. It's a dark, the sun, the brightness is over. We are for the dark. Hie thee again. I have spoke already, and provided go put it to the haste. Madam, I will. Where, and here's Dolabella, right? Where's the queen? Behold, sir, Dolabella. Madam, as there to sworn by your command, which my love makes religion to obey, I tell you this. Caesar through Syria intends his journey, and within 3 days you with your children will he send before. Make your best use of this. I have performed your pleasure and my promise. Right? So she asked Dolabella to procure. Dolabella, I shall remain your debtor, I your servant. Adieu, good queen. I must attend on Caesar. Farewell and thanks. Now, Iris, what thinkest thou? Thou, an Egyptian puppet? Am I a puppet? Shall be shown in Rome as well as the mechanic slaves? I'm not a puppet, or, I'm beyond this. With greasy aprons, rules, and hammers shall uplift us to the view, and their thick breaths, rank of gross diet, shall we be enclouded and forced to drink their vapor? We're above all this. Iris, the gods forbid. Nay, 'tis most certain, Iris. Saucy lictors will catch us like strumpets, and scald rhymers ballad us out of tune. The quick comedians extemporarily will stage us and present our Alexandrian revels. Antony shall be brought drunken forth, and I shall see some squeaking Cleopatra buoy my greatness in the posture of a whore. They're gonna parody us, and we're beyond parody. We're so much more than that. Oh, the good gods! Iris, like never, never. Nay, that's certain. Hell no, that's not going to happen. Iris, I'll never see it, for I'm sure my nails are stronger than my eyes. Iris, I'd rather claw out my eyes than see that. Why, that's the way to fool their preparation and to conquer their most absurd intents. Now, Charmian, show me, my woman, like a queen. Go fetch my best attires. This is, Cleopatra's like, we're going to go out like this, right? I'm going to get dressed in my best attire. My best, I am again for Cydnus. That's the river. Remember when Enobarbus describes Cleopatra on the barge, the purple sails, the perfume, her looking, she's dressing again and she's preparing again, like when Antony first laid eyes on her. She's getting decked out to the nines. I am again for Cydnus, to meet Mark Antony, now to meet him in death. Sirrah, Iris, go. Now, noble Charmian, will dispatch indeed, and when thou hast done this char, I'll give thee leave to play till doomsday. Again, there's play. We'll play till doomsday. Bring our crown and all. I love this play again here. Wherefore's the noise? Here is a rule, fellow, that will not be denied your highness' presence. He brings you figs. Let him come in. What poor an instrument may do a noble deed, he brings me liberty, my resolutions placed, and I have nothing of women in me. Now from head to foot I am marble constant, now the fleeting moon no planet is of mine. Here's the guardsman. Countryman, clown, he's described in my copy. So we have the clown here, clown countryman. This is the man. And we know what Cleopatra has done here. She's outsmarted everybody. Avoid and leave him. Hast thou the pretty worm of Nilus there, that kills and pains not? So the worm is the asp, the snake, the poisonous snake here, right? Truly I have him, but I would not be the party that should desire you to touch him. For his biting is immortal. He'll kill you. One bite will kill you. Those that do die of it do seldom or never recover. Rememberest thou any that have died on it? Is this gonna do it? The clown. Very many, men and women too. I have heard of one of them no longer than yesterday, a very honest woman, but something given to lie. as a woman should not do, but in the way of honesty, how she died of the biting of it. What pain she felt. Truly, she makes a very good report of the worm. It's there's this repetition of worm here, the worm's turning. But he that will believe all that they say shall never be saved by half that they do. But this is most valuable. The worm's an odd worm. Get thee hence, farewell. I wish you all the joy of the worm. Yeah. So, farewell. You must think this, look you, that the worm will do his kind. There's this worm. The worm will do his kind. All right. Leave. Farewell. Again, the clown. Look you to the worm is not to be trusted, but in the keeping of wise people, for indeed there is no goodness in the worm. This worm's going to kill you. Take thou no care, it shall be heeded. Very good, give it nothing, I pray you, for it is not worth the feeding. Will it eat me? You must not think I am so simple, but I know the devil himself will not eat a woman. I know that a woman is a dish for the gods, if the devil dress her not. But truly these same whoresome devils do the gods great harm in their women, for in every 10 that they make the devils mar 5. Oh, all right, we'll get thee gone, farewell. Yes, forsooth, I wish you joy of the worm. So there's the clown countryman with his worm. He exits. And here we go, right? Give me my robe. Put on my crown. She's preparing for death, right? I have immortal longings in me. I'm ready. I have the desires of a god. I have immortal longings in me. I like that. Now no more the juice of Egypt's grapes shall moist this lip. This is over. Yar, good Iris, quick. Methinks I hear Antony call. Antony's calling me from the other side. I see him rouse himself to praise my noble act. I hear him mock the luck of Caesar. This is a speech here, right? Mock the luck of Caesar. Caesar has the luck and fortune of chance to rule the world, but we had love, right? Which the gods give men to excuse after their wrath. Husband, I come. She's addressing Antony. Now to that name my courage prove my title. I am fire and air. My other elements I give to baser life. I'm fire and air. I burn and I float. So have you done? Come then and take the last warmth of my lips. Kiss me one last time. Farewell, kind Charmian. Iris, long farewell. Kisses them. Iris falls and dies. Have I the aspic in my lips? Dost fall? Do I have the snake in my lips? Dost fall? If thou and nature can so gently part, the stroke of death is a lover's pinch, which hurts and is desired. Dost thou lie still? If thus thou vanishest, thou tellest the world is not worth leave-taking. Dissolve, thick cloud, there's those vaporous clouds again, and rain, that I may say the gods themselves do weep. This proves me base. If she first meet the curled Antony, he'll make demand of her and spend that kiss which is my heavens to have. I better hurry up. And get this over and do this so I can go meet my Antony. Come, thou mortal wretch. She puts the asp, the poisonous snake, on her breast. With thy sharp teeth this knot intrinsicate. Of life at once untie. Poor venomous fool, be angry and dispatch. Do away with me. Oh, couldst thou speak, that I might hear thee call great Caesar ass unpoliced. This is one of, I love this, Cleopatra's final lines. Octavius Caesar, you're an ass. Unpoliced, you're just an ass. You're a buffoon. Even though you have all the power, you'll never be my Antony, right? Oh, Eastern Star, peace, peace. Dost thou not see my baby at my breast that sucks the nurse asleep? That's the asp, right? The asp as a baby. Oh, break, break. As sweet as balm, as soft as air, as gentle, O Antony, nay, I will take thee too. She puts another asp on her arm and dies. But before she died, what? Should I stay? I love that. That's Cleopatra's final line with the what? Should I stay? It's a great Charmian. In this wild world, so fare thee well, now boast thee, death in thy possession lies. Alas, unparalleled, a woman who's unparalleled anywhere. Downy windows close, and golden Phoebus never be beheld of eyes again so royal. There'll never be another Cleopatra. Your crown's awry. I'll mend it and then play. Your crown's crooked. I'm going to put it and then I'll play, right? Play means I'm going to put the asp on. Where's the queen? Speak softly, wake her not. Caesar has sent too slow a messenger. And then Charmian puts an asp on herself. Oh, come apace, dispatch, I partly feel thee. Dispatch, asp, do your work. Snake, poison me. Approach, ho, all's not well. Caesar's beguiled. Caesar's been tricked. There's Dolabella sent from Caesar. Call him. What work is here, Charmian? Is this well done? It is well done and fitting for a princess descended of so many royal kings. Ah, soldier, and Charmian dies. Dolabella, how goes it here? All dead. Caesar, thy thoughts touch their effects in this. Thyself art coming to see perform the dreaded act which thou also sought to hinder. They did the thing you wanted to not, so they outsmarted Caesar. And it's enter Caesar. Away there, away for Caesar. Oh, sir, you are too sure an augur that you did fear is alone. Caesar, bravest at the last, he's talking of Cleopatra here. And Caesar has, remember when Antony died, he wept. So Caesar's ending here, Octavius, it's fitting for the two. It's a show of respect and revelry. She leveled at our purposes and being royal took her own way. She was royal. She took her own way. A Roman death, right? So I guess Octavius has to respect that. The manner of their deaths, I do not see them bleed. How'd they die? I don't see blood. Who was last with them? A simple countryman that brought her figs. This was his basket. Poisoned then? O Caesar, this Charmian lived but now. She stood and spake. I found her trimming up the diadem of her dead mistress. Tremblingly she stood, and on the sudden dropped. She was fixing the hair of Cleopatra's hair, hair and crown. Caesar, O noble weakness, if they had swallowed poison, 'twould appear by external swelling. But she looks like sleep. As she would catch another Antony, she looks as glorious. She looks as though she's ready to catch she's prepared for Antony. In her strong toil, she looks graceful. Even death cannot dissemble Cleopatra, right? Here on her breast there is a vent of blood, a little discharge, and something blown, the like on her arm, swollen. This is an aspic's trail, an asp, the snake, and these fig leaves have slime upon them, such as the asp leaves upon the caves of Nile. Caesar's final words. Most probable that so she died, for her physician tells me she hath pursued conclusions, infinite of easy ways to die. She was looking at ways to die. And she planned this. Cleopatra had this all planned out. Take up her bed, and bear her women from the monument. She shall be buried by her Antony. This is what Octavius, she shall be buried by her Antony. No grave upon the earth shall clip in it a pair so famous. Here's Octavius, a pair so famous, Antony and Cleopatra. High events as these strike those that make them, strike those, and their story is no less in pity than his glory, which brought them to be lamented. Our army shall in solemn show attend this funeral, and then to Rome. Come, Dolabella, see high order in this great solemnity. No grave upon the earth shall clip it in a pair so famous. So even Octavius here, there's great solemnity, there's solemnness. We have to pay respects, right? So Octavius is like, wow, that was a pair. Cleopatra dies a Roman death following her Antony. Octavius, as the king, the ruler, gets the final word. No grave upon the earth shall clip in it a pair so famous.